What would an ideal language sound like? Or what would it look like? If you were biased, you might think that English is the most superior, or that Spanish is the most superior, or that some other language is the most superior. But if you think about it for even just a few seconds, you realize how pathetic all of these languages are. I mean, English, the worst of them all, has words such as analysis, which, by the way, is 100% Latin. It's not even English. Same with pure, which is 100% French, trade, which is 100% German, simple, which is also 100% French, area, which is 100% Latin, index, which is 100% Latin, and basically half the other English words. And I mean, this is a horn. This is also a horn. And this is red. This is also red. Or you could read it. Both are spelled exactly the same, but sound different depending on the mood you're in, I guess. And of course, this is dessert. And this is deserted, and this is the desert. And of course, you deserve this because it's your dessert. So just don't desert the deserted desert of your dessert, or you'll desert the dessert you had that was your dessert in the deserted desert. Anyway, the point is, English is completely out of the question because it's basically just all the other languages combined into one rubbish pile. But maybe there's another language that's better. I mean, it's quite possible that somewhere there's a language that's far superior to anything we've ever seen. Although, I don't think we're going to find it amongst humans. You see, humans have changed their languages millions of times throughout history, which can only mean two things. One, we still don't have a perfect language, or two, we're just really stupid. You would think that as the same species, humans would all speak the same language, but currently there's over 7,000 languages spoken amongst humans. Oh, and believe it or not, as incompetent as English is, it's still the language with the most speakers. Now, before you go clacking away about how Chinese has the most speakers, note that English has the most speakers overall, but Chinese, specifically Mandarin, has the most native speakers. In fact, English has nearly twice as many non-native speakers as it does native speakers, while Mandarin has over 4.6 times more native speakers than non-native speakers. Actually, I guess binary has the most speakers. I mean, there's over 30 billion electronic devices on Earth, all of which speak binary, so... Anyway, in total, English has over 1.1 billion speakers that are all made in China. Oh wait, wrong speakers. I told you English was confusing. Especially since there's like tons of words that have other words that look and or sound almost identical to each other. Kinda like though, through, thorough, tough, trough, thought. Like, was English just made to be confusing? Okay, we could try to create a superior language in a simple yet fully capable way, a great example being Morse code. Morse code is superior in some ways to English, mainly in the fact that because it's so simple, you can speak it with lights, horns, not that kind, electric pulses, dots and dashes, and pretty much anything else. But where it lacks is in the fact that it takes ages just to communicate one word. I mean, just communicating one letter can take anywhere from 30 milliseconds to 2 seconds. And if you want to communicate even a very short word like help, it's going to take you anywhere from 6 to 8 seconds. If you want to communicate a sentence, such as the current condition is hazardous, it could take up to a minute. I guess if you were really great at thinking at the speed of light, you could transmit the information in a lightning fast way. Most computers would be able to interpret that, but for a human, that's going to be impossible. Although, despite all these issues with Morse code, it does sound kinda interesting, you gotta admit. Maybe instead of looking at languages invented by humans though, we should search for the perfect language in the animal kingdom. I mean, you can already find many similar languages to Morse code amongst many marine animals and insects such as crickets. In fact, I discovered by accident that crickets have some sort of code they use for communication that's nearly identical to Morse code. Take a listen to this sound captured just a few inches from the cricket. If you listen to this much slower and analyze the audio spectrogram, you'll see that each singular trill of the cricket is multiple smaller pulses. Each pulse appears to be the same pitch, but there's distinctly a code there, and, just like Morse code, is composed of long and short pulses. I don't know what the code is, or how to translate it, but I do find it quite fascinating. In fact, I wrote down the code of the full 2-minute clip, not that it was of any use. I'll leave links in the description for the spreadsheet and the full 2-minute clip, just in case anyone is interested in analyzing it more thoroughly. The issue with all these Morse code type languages though, is that they're not very elegant. They sound interesting, sure, but they don't have the nice flow some other languages have. Birds, for example, have some of the most elegant languages on the planet. Well, songbirds, at least. I mean, the Pacific Wren was designed with the most stunning song I've ever heard. Sounds great, right? In those 9 seconds, it's possible the bird could have said the equivalent of over 50 English words. In fact, as it turns out, if you play this song at 1/4 its original speed, you won't hear a bird song at all, but instead a full orchestra. Doesn't it just sound like an entire paragraph? Perhaps it's just me, but I find these different languages fascinating. The fact that all these languages sound completely different, but are still all very interesting in their own way. And sometimes you almost feel like you can understand them. Which of these languages was your favorite? Please don't tell me it was English.